Okay, now let's divide. Is that an eraser? Okay, there we go. Okay, 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 okay. Therefore, let me just drag it down a little bit like this. Okay, so now question 4, we are given an expression, a trigonometric expression. So for 4.1.1, simplify by reduction tan pi plus a. Now pi plus a, now remember, this is an angle in radians, right? In radians, so it's equivalent to 180 degrees. So this 180, or pi plus a, is found in the third quadrant. Let me have a cast diagram prepared on the side like this, and include the formulas for each quadrant as well. So we have cast in the fourth quadrant. Let's start there. We have 360 minus pi. Okay, not pi, theta. So this is like saying 2 pi minus theta. And then in the third quad, we have 180 degrees plus theta. That's like saying pi plus theta in radians. Then in the second quad, we have 180 minus theta, I almost wrote pi, and it's going to be a pi minus theta. And in the first quadrant, we don't have any reductions available. So tan pi plus a, this is in the fourth quadrant, and in the third quadrant, and in the third quadrant tan is positive. So solving this by reduction, it's going to be a plus tan a, like this. 4.1.2, they now want us to simplify that expression. So this is going to be equals to, okay, let me not rewrite it, but let's just go straight to simplifying. So this has already been solved on the previous question. It's what? It's tan a, like this, multiplied by, now for the second part, this is a cos 180 minus a in the second quadrant. We see this in the second quadrant, and in the second quadrant only sign is positive, so it means that cos is going to be negative, so it's going to be negative cos a multiplied by 360 minus sine 360 minus, it's where? Fourth quadrant, and in the fourth quadrant it's only cos that is positive, so we have that. And then for the one on the denominator, we're gonna have a sine. Okay, interesting. In fact, in the first quadrant we do have, but that's if you went past the revolution, right? So in the first quad we also have another reduction formula, that is 360 plus or 2 pi plus a, like this, or theta. Let's use theta for consistency, like that. So in the first quadrant we have what? All the ratios being positive, so a sine 2 pi plus a, that's going to be a plus sine a, like this, equals to, and then, or let's check, let's see, okay, so I can just cancel these things out. I can just cancel these two out, and let's work it out like this. A negative times a negative, that's what? That's a positive. And then the sign cancels out the sign. We are now left with what? With just the cos and tan. So that's going to be tan a multiplied by cos a. That is what is left. And we need to convert the tan, right? The tan is an identity. We can change this to sine A over cos A multiplied by cos A over 1. This cancels out. I'm now left with only sine A. Okay, surprisingly this is a short question. Okay, so cos squared x minus cosec squared x. Complete the identity. So for 4.2, this should be equals to negative 1. 4.3, easy mark guys, easy mark. Okay, now we are proving an identity. For this case, we're going to take the complicated side. Yes, the complicated side, it's this, the left hand side. So we're going to take the left hand side, in this case LHS, left hand side, that is sine x plus cos squared x multiplied by cosec x. This is equals to sine x plus cos squared x and multiplied by, so we change this to its inverse, which is sine x in this case, equals to sine x plus the cos times the 1, we get a cos squared x over sine x, then divide this by 1, and then we apply the butterfly method. Okay, the butterfly method, what it simply, okay, how it works is, if you have two fractions, this is fraction 1, fraction number 2, I have fractions with different denominators, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take this, multiply by that. If you have fractions with different denominators, we apply the butterfly method. However, if the denominators are the same, you're just gonna add or subtract the numerators depending on the sign in between those fractions. So since the denominators are not the same, I'm multiplying sine with sine, I get a sine squared x plus the 1 times cos, that is cos squared x, and then we divide by 1 times sine, that is sine x, equals to, there's an identity of 1, sine squared plus cos squared gives us 1 over sine x, so the final answer is just gonna be cosec x. That is the final answer, and concludes our question 4. Now for the question 5, I think we're gonna need a grid for this one. Okay, so this is question 5.